24-hour News 8 at 10 o'clock.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I'm Julian Grace. An autopsy is pending for a 64-year-old man found dead in his home on the northeast side. So far, IMPD detectives have released very few details. Day one of training camp has officially arrived for the Indianapolis Colts. And while most practices are closed, today there was one open at Lucas Oil. So fans got a special treat, Megan. And Brad, are you responsible for this?
I think I am to blame.
In Crime Watch 8 tonight, Indianapolis could be on track to break another record for deadliest year in the city's history. Oh, but Miss Dunbar was wrong. Somebody would want that 97 Ford Explorer. And according to police, it would be a couple of carjackers that would not take no for an answer. They say gospel music can heal all kinds of emotions. It's known to ease tension, calm fears, and wipe tears.
Strawberry shortcakes.
And that's why outside Grandma's kitchen, she plays her gospel on two-tone gray speakers tied up outside her door.
Nothing but gospel. We got to talk about Jesus. Nothing but Jesus and talk about the goodness and grace of the Lord.
Some say if there was ever a community in need of grace, it would sure be this one. 4 shootings in one night.
This city is crime-ridden.
Then there's Jacoby, who was murdered on a Sunday. And it appears prayer vigils for the slain is becoming an all-too common sight.
This is something that cannot be tolerated here in our city.
Reverend Malachi Walker here is sounding the alarm by asking for those in the community to get involved.
No way.
Won't give up, will you?
No way. No way.
All right, Rev. I'll let you go.
All right.
And while he does, and as police patrol, Grandma here keeps playing her gospel near the very spot where some have been shot.
Well, I can't fight with these guys, but the power of prayer, they not coming against that power of prayer.
And believe it or not, she says it's working to change the attitudes of some outside her kitchen door.
When the gospel music starts playing, either they run away or when I come out, they say, "How you doing, Grandma?"
It's a typical day on North Hardy. Lawns are being mowed and mail is being delivered. But everything wasn't typical. Because today, these neighbors got a visit from a veteran homicide detective.
They certainly did deserve this.
It's been 160 days and counting since someone slipped in this home and killed 1 woman, 2 visitors, and a young man in the prime of life. You haven't given up on this case, have you?
Oh, no.
Why not?
For the victims and the victims' families.
So Detective Marcus Kennedy hit the pavement with flyers in hand. There's no more scene for him to check, no fingerprints to take, and no witnesses to question.
This is a real strange case with as many victims and publicity that absolutely nothing's coming through.
All is left now is the shell of a house once called a home that is dotted with scribbles from loved ones in attempts to keep the memory of the 4 alive. While Kennedy here is trying to find the one responsible for their demise.
I'll be out here the next couple of days at least.
Somewhere along Capitol Avenue, you'll see Old Glory blowing in the wind.
There's nothing I got to say bad about the United States.
And the beholder of that flag is 86-year-old Mr. Alfred Crutz. See, Crutz is a World War II veteran. He served our country starting back in 1945.
When I was in the infantry,
and he did it so well that he earned the title of weapon machinist. And he'll tell you himself, he did it all for the country he loves. Makes you feel good?
Certainly makes you feel good, because it's something that you earned, that you've done that.
But what didn't make him feel so good was the uninvited visitor who pushed his gate open Tuesday afternoon.
I said, "Mister, you can't come in here." He didn't say one word. It would happen within seconds.
And before Mr. Crutz knew it, he was under attack.
You know how to throw them punches right.
The barrage of punches finally stopped when the suspect got the veteran's wallet, leaving the 86-year-old bloody and bruised in his own front yard.
Shocked and I'm sad. And, I'm devastated about that.
Word started to travel to neighbors on what happened to their Army veteran.
We would not have let that happen had we known.
Now Mr. Crutz is without his cash, his Social Security card, and even his driver's license.
You can't do nothing without a driver's license.
And because of all that, we had to cut our interview short, so the man who fought for his country would have enough time to make it to the B&V so he could fight to get his identity back.